Come on in. We've got a few more entering. Welcome. Find a seat. Come on in. Welcome. There are seats available. Take a look to this young lady up here. She's going to find you a seat right here. Work our way up. We're going to stay off that top section. We're going to get everyone seated on the purple plastic. There is definitely enough. I see about halfway up on this section, there's a row that's about half empty. If we need to find a couple more seats. Hours. Last few folks who are into the bleachers. Sergeant Howard. It'll be fine. It's 110. So, good afternoon, Southwind. How are you doing? Good afternoon, Southwind. How are you doing? Obviously, my name is Sergeant Howard. If you guys have any questions or would like to receive any more information about the Marine Corps, please find me as that's on the graph over here to the side. Without further ado, you guys have to see what's happening behind me. So let's go ahead and just get this show up. Thank you, Sergeant Allard Khan. We are the 2026 ASA No Hate Tour. We're a group of gentlemen traveling around promoting positivity and having a whole bunch of fun in the process. Now, during our show, I have two important jobs for everyone out here. Your first and by far most important job will be to enjoy the show. This is an event brought to you by the United States Marines. We, along with them, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy yourselves. So on that note alone, for getting you out of class, bringing us out here today, and making this event happen, let's give the United States Marines a big round of applause. Sergeant Alarcon and Staff Sergeant Graham over there. Your number two job, quite equally as important, will be to make noise at the appropriate times. Yelling, screaming, clapping your hands, stomping your feet, whatever it takes. The guys on the team, myself included, we really appreciate loud people and positive energy. The louder you all are able to get, the more fun we're going to have. The higher the riders are going to jump. And of course, the more free stuff we're going to give away. One of them being a $500 Visa gift card. So, I want to introduce to you to our make some noise. Let's introduce our riders one at a time. Starting off with this gentleman. He's going to stay solely on the flat of your gymnasium, doing what we call BMX flatland. So we got Minneapolis, Minnesota, a former three-time X Games gold medalist, Jaguars. Let's make some noise for Mr. Trevor Meyer. Trevor showed you he rants to be a BMXer. You just need some balance and a whole lot of creativity as he manipulates that bike in every which direction. Make some noise for Trevor. We also brought some ramps out here and some riders that know how to ride them rather well. This next gentleman, he's been a part of the NOHATETOUR for many years, performing in all 50 of our United States. Tony out of Greenville, North Carolina. Jaguars, make some noise when we get placed. Logan started on the big 350, little attitude and action staring at the crowd as he comes back my direction. What's he got? The big hit there. Southwind makes some noise for Logan. And up next is the newest and youngest member of our team. While he may be young, his skill far outweighs his years. A lover of ice cream and his tiny little fluffy dog Buttercup here in New Jersey. Make some noise for Colin Ackerman! Colin, huge air on that quarterback. Dipping the handlebars down to the floor. We call it the toboggan. We've been in Memphis for a couple of days now. Colin has been riding all over, checking out the skate parks around the area. Representing the Monster Army, make some noise for Colin. Woo. Quickly. Put it into rapid. And up next, last but certainly not least, he's been in the industry for quite some time. Most recently calling South Florida his home. You may have seen him recently doing a halftime show to the Grizzlies. Make some noise for Eastern Lights Russell Somerville. It's a very extra team, 15 feet in the air. Grabbing that entire way to the next noise for Russell. And my name is Zach. I'm from Kentucky. I too love riding BMX bikes. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story, about my journey, how it is I came to be here at Southwind High School today, later on in the show. If you're interested in what I have to say, that is great. That is fantastic. That is incredible. If you are not, also acceptable. However, the folks sitting around you might want to hear what it is that I have to say. So during those moments, I would appreciate it if we can keep it quiet. Speaking of being appreciative, we're appreciative of each and every one of you as being our new fans. So I believe these riders have headed over to the Marines booth, grabbed a couple t-shirts, maybe some lanyards, a couple more free things, and they're looking for some loud people. So on the other side, I told you sit down low is a good thing. Well, don't worry. We have some more of that later in the show, as well as instructions on how to win that $500. But we're going to turn the floor back over to our Flatlander extraordinaire. Let's bring Trevor Meyer out here with the noise. As Trevor rolls on that front wheel, we call the elbow slide, a variation of the front wheelies, going elbow to elbow, showing you the balance, the patience, the perseverance it takes to stand atop that podium 3 separate times. Now, Trevor, growing up in Minnesota, there's more snow and ice there than you and I could possibly comprehend. Trevor, having to find any dry land to perfect those moves, constantly working on stuff in his basement. He's happy to be out here, stretching his legs. That's Southwind High School. Let's make some noise for him. I know it's the end of the day and everyone's tired, but Trevor is rolling backwards on one wheel on that bicycle, making the impossible possible right there. Now, they say it takes approximately 10,000 hours to become an expert at any one thing. Trevor, nearly 30,000 hours of career practice into his craft, which is how he makes it look so incredible. Rolling down the gymnasium with the whiplashes, the tailwinds on that tech bicycle. Trevor, I never know what Trevor's going to do. It's freestyle. However he can manipulate that bike, it counts as a trick as he rolls forwards. Switches direction right there. Jack Myers, let him hear you. He feeds off of that air as he hits the ground. The ground is lava, and that man is looking flawless so far. Make some noise for Trevor. You see Trevor do some tricks on the ground, get nice and warmed up. But for this next set, we're going to let our ramp riders come out here and get warmed up themselves. That way, later on in the show, when they want to crank it to 11, they will know everything is going to go according to plan. And you all, as my audience, will be working on those voices. We're going to get excited. I know we are inside, but outside voices, please. And I want you to send them to our North Carolina band. Let's make some noise for Logan. Logan full speed ahead in that corner like huge air on the corner. And the no-hander. Logan let them fly right there, reaching for the sky. Jaguars, if you see something you like, let these riders know. One-hander out of Colin, and a one-hander peeking up the disco. The divider, the Saturday Night Fever out of Colin right there. Russell, big turn ball, but he got no hits, no beat. He pulls to nothing. Learning that from my boy Rob, back home in Georgia. Logan kicking the can spinning out there. Those two tricks, the leading to them and the spilling of the tricks backwards of each other. Can't get it back there. Logan showing you a little bit of different stuff. Speaking of different, Colin and Kenneth switching the speed up and a 360 bar spin. Those bars spinning slowly as he comes around the air. Turn down. Win back out of Russell. A 360 look back. It's like school, build upon your ability. If you can do a trick straight, why not learn it in a 360? Run towards that goal. Logan twisting it up with the X up, puts the arms up into pretzel position. Mid spin. Southwind. Colin with the tailwind. Colin with the 360 tailwind. These guys are going off, and it's just the beginning of the show. Southwind Russell tricking going the wrong direction. And a huge, massive tailwind. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for all of these ramp riders. And keep that energy rolling from Mr. Trevor Meyer, our honorary Beach Boy today. Hanging loose on top of that bike. We call that one the server. But this one, that last one, he's literally just standing there. It doesn't take too much. This one takes a little bit more. We call this one the seat stand wheelie. And Trevor loves this one so much because it's really cool. I know, that's terrible. But Trevor, it's more than terrible. It's the sandbars come down to the floor. We call this one the hitchhiker. Handlebars inches from the ground right there. Now there are 4 types of bullying we deal with in today's modern school systems. Physical, verbal, psychological. They've all been around for quite some time. They're nothing new. But what is the 4th most prevalent type of bullying we deal with in the digital world? Cyberbullying, that is correct. That is getting behind a computer screen or a cell phone and being mean with your thumbs. Just remember, there's someone on the other end of that screen reading your words in their own voice. Trust me when I say this. Words matter. What you say matters. What you type matters. And so does this human tornado. Trevor Meyer matters. Finishing off strong with the exclamation point. We call it the decade. Jaguars, make some noise for Trevor. Uh-oh. Kimberly Sanders for dismissal. Colin Ackerman for detention.
Somebody got
Tony Webb for dismissal as well. All right. I believe by now all of these ramp riders are warmed up. You see Trevor do some technical moves on the ground. But for this next set, we're going to let our ramp riders come out here. They're going to show you their technical side, right on the edges of these 2 ramps here. They might not be as high flying and as flashy as some of the jump tricks you'll see later on in the show, but I promise they're equally as difficult, they're equally as dangerous, and they take a whole lot of time, patience, and practice to master. Pay close attention to their hands. Close attention to their feet. Only one of these ramp riders has brakes on their bike. And we're going to start out with none other than Mr. Logan Place. Doing it for Kick Bicycles. Let's make some noise for Logan. Logan up and over that box jump. 360 into the face of the jump. Body off 360. Shoving his foot in the front tire right there to stall on the top of that 8-foot quarter pipe. Coming back in. Once he got the tail, Logan kicking that bike all the way around. Another foot jam. Logan really excels in those foot jams. Foot jam, toothpick, using the peg right here. Can he make it happen? Oh, so close. Ladies and gentlemen, that's probably one of the hardest tricks you're ever going to see out here. Make some noise for Logan. Holland is ready to drop in. Ready to excite the crowd. Speaking of bar spin, foot jam. Holland, bar spin. 2 bar spins in a row right there. I think you're going to like this one. 540. And then, where's he going to take it? And we're not even done. Looks like still has to go. Austin Lane, hopping in. Keeping control of it. A variation of the foot jam. We call it the Vader in front of the tire. Foot jam, tail you. Russell's looking good out here. Take that move. Take it, tire tap. 1, 2, 3, scream! Russell Somerville. Mercy. Out the 180 back foot. Make some noise for Russell. Oh, yeah. If we do that, then I gotta go send you back to class for a pop quiz.
Go ahead.
Do you want to see the middle of the show before that? All right, this is one of those times where if I can ask you to be quiet, I would appreciate it. Let me tell you a little bit more about my story. My name is Zach. I'm from Kentucky, and I love riding BMX bikes. It's all I've ever wanted to do with my life. When I was a youngster, I flipped on the television, and I landed on ESPN. There was a little BMX contest going on there that we call the X Games. And I thought that is the coolest thing I could possibly ever do with my life. I want to one day compete in the X Games. I want to one day be a professional bike rider. I did already have a bike. I went and grabbed it from the garage, headed down to the local thrift store. I bought myself a used helmet. It was a nice shade of Easter egg pink. I put that thing atop my 95-pound self and headed to the skate park. I'm sure you can guess the welcome I received from the older kids when I got there. They started making fun of that helmet. They started making fun of how small I was. I'm sure there were a lot of other things I blocked out of my memory over all of these years. You too want to remove yourselves from a negative situation, but it's how you decide to do so that can ultimately lead to your success. I could have gone home right then and there and picked up a new hobby, maybe creative writing, maybe a musical instrument, but I was going to be in the X Games. I needed to be at that skate park working towards my goal. And I thought, the other side of the park is completely deserted. And that's because the ramps were 3 times this size. I was terrified of those ramps, but I was more afraid of giving up on my dream, giving up on my passion. So I went over there and rode those ramps day in, day out by myself. That turned to weeks, that turned to months, that turned to years, eventually spanning 2 decades of focus, 2 decades of training towards one very specific goal. And after 20 years, some folks finally took notice, and I earned the right to compete in the X Games. And because I never gave up on myself, because I used my passion to block out the negativity happening around me, and I did not let the haters get the best of me, I now get to stand before you as an X Games medalist. They do. What I want you to take away from my story, what I want you to take away from my journey, is that someone somewhere along your path will not understand what it is that you want to do with your lives. It might be your friends, it might be your parents, but as long as you are not hurting anyone in the process, stick with it and ride it until the wheels fall off. If we can come out here and do backflips on children's bicycles in your high school gymnasium and make a living in the process, then I promise there's something out there for each and every one of you. You just have to want it badly enough. So if you have big dreams, if you have big aspirations in life, make some noise for me and for yourselves right now. And this brings us to a very exciting part of our show. But for this next part of our show, I'm going to need one brave volunteer at my audience. However, there are folks that have the dream of being a lawyer, and there's a little thing we call liability. I cannot pick a student. I am sorry. It is entirely too dangerous, and your mom would be mad at me. So, we have pre-selected a gentleman that I met a little bit earlier on our way into the gym. You might know him, or actually, there's a placard on the door to his office that I believe says head honcho. Let's make some noise for your principal, Mr. Bishop. So first we get on there. They get PG-13 in a second. We gotta get out here. Doing it for Florida. Now, are you enjoying the show, sir? Do you have any idea what we brought you out here to take part in today? Well, for anyone else in the audience who's not quite sure why I brought your principal out here, take a look at my friend Russell. And he's going to be placing the best of the house. And what moment, sir, do you think I'll be sitting in that chair? Who wants to see if we can jump over this? Yeah! Well, sir, generally this was my job, but since I'm on the microphone today, we chose impossible items. He's on my he makes this jump almost every single day. He goes for it. Right, this speed. And he's your suburban from the crowd too. You're one remember the fact, like, yes, almost. You walk into math class, you know if we get over 50%, we're gonna round up if we haven't given it out, right? They don't sound too convinced. Okay, let's do this the school way. If you have a test tomorrow, what are you gonna go home and do tonight? You're gonna study. You're gonna practice. Let's give Russell a practice jump. Make sure he has enough height, speed, and distance to clear over that chair, as well as Mr. Bush's head in the process. And now when Russell goes for this practice jump, everyone in my audience, you all will need to be my judges. Whether we go on with the stunt, give it thumbs up. Or if it doesn't look good, thumbs down, we'll scratch this stunt, head back to class in the books really, really hard. Russell, whenever you're ready, take it away. He's going to get back to the gym. Back to the gym, he's going to get a bunch of speed all the way down the floor. He's going to air this quarter pipe, pump it like a swing set. Maybe even take another pedal before he gets to, oh, his foot's left off. Russell is suggesting a haircut. Sound here. What do we think goes up or goes down? I'm seeing 2 thumbs down for your new best friend, Trevor. But pretty much, I'd say every single person in the gymnasium gave me the thumbs up. The thumbs up have it! And he gets up on top of the red next to Lloyd.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
All right, sir. While you are seated there, I'm going to need you to stay put. with your feet flat. Do not move, do not flinch, do not stand up at any point. Number 2, I'm going to need you to keep your eyes open because you have the best seat in the house right now. He only held his breath a little bit, but he didn't run back to his office. So I think we're looking okay. Well, you know, they do say it's lonely at the top of the ramp. You met a gentleman earlier. Let's make some noise for Sergeant Alarcon. Let's bring him out here and risk his life for your entertainment pleasure. We're going to get you up there and risk your life as well. As you can see, Russell pieced that chair back together. But we'll figure it out. Didn't go so well the last time we did this. All right. Up and on top of the ramp. Make some noise for Sergeant Alarcon. The most well-dressed fan in the tailgate. All right, same thing to you, sir. Do not move. Do not run back to your permanent office. Lastly, Mr. Bush, you can take that left arm and put it straight to the sky for me. Sergeant Alarcon, right arm straight to the sky. What that does, that gives Russell something to aim for other than these two gentlemen's foreheads. So when you see him get back there, he's going to get a bunch of speed. I see a lot of phones out. We had a young lady from our show about a month ago. She filmed it and she thought it was cool. And it happened to get 18 million views on her Instagram. So whether you want to do that and record or just take it home and show grandma, doesn't matter. He's a normal kid from a normal town that built an extraordinary talent. Make some noise for Russell.
Yeah!
They make their way to safety. Give it up for your local Marine recruiter, Sergeant Alarcon.
No way.
Your fearless principal, Mr. Bush, everybody. As he slides into home plate. I'm all riled up right now. But this is another point where if I can ask you to stay quiet, I would certainly appreciate it. I mentioned earlier to find that thing you love and stick with it. It was not, however, always conveyed to me that you can have more than one dream. You can have more than one passion in life. When I was your age, looking to finish up my high school career and graduate, I was not sure of my next step. I knew I wanted to be that professional bike rider, but I did not know where to go next. I started looking into college. Unfortunately, you could not get a bachelor's degree in backflips. But I knew at some point within this industry, I'm going to work for myself. I knew I needed to further my scholastic education, and it was only going to help me along my way. So while in college, I took business courses. It's helped me open up my own business, and it's helped me every single step of the way. Also, while I was in school, I took photography courses. I don't know if you've noticed, This entire show, I've been taking photos and videos of these riders. That is actually part of my job description. Learn every single thing that you can about the industry that you want to go into. That way, when your dream job becomes available, no one can deny you that dream. I'm not the only one. Trevor, I'm sure if his bike riding career was ever going to take off. Trevor was working as a painter. He went to technical school. But ever since that sponsor came along, that first bike sponsor, he's never looked back. But if he wants to put the bike down tomorrow, he certainly could, and he has a career to fall back on. Fun fact about Trevor, while he was working as a painter, he painted Prince's house permanently. Got to check out the motorcycle from the movie. Pretty cool little fact. Russell, whenever he's not backflipping high school administrators, he also attended technical school, specifically to be a diesel engine mechanic on boats. Russell spent the entirety of COVID on a $10 million yacht in the Bahamas while receiving a paycheck. So if you have aspirations of something like that, there's someone out there willing to pay you to do just that. You just have to want it badly. All of these riders have dealt with a lot of folks along the way that said they would never achieve. They would never make their goals. But they are here today with a smile on their face, proving the haters wrong. So let's give all of these guys a huge round of applause for making their dreams a reality. My dream took me 20 years to achieve. Yours could take you 5, it could take you 50. But as long as you love it, you will love every step of the way. I love every second of it. I believe these riders have a few more tricks up their sleeve. Some of the hardest ones they have in their dictionary. Southwind, let's make some noise for Trevor Meyer. Now, fun fact about Trevor, those tires have been on every floor of the NBA. Trevor's done halftime shows for every single team in the league. And not only that, Trevor once performed at halftime for a very legendary NBA Finals between the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls. Hanging out, sharing the main stage, sharing the floor with Mr. Michael Jordan. We often refer to this man as the Michael Jordan of BMX Flatland. Make some noise for Trevor. 1, 2, count 3.
5, 6, 7.
8, 9, 10. 18, 19,
20.
on that tick bicycle. The human skipping. Looking flawless so far. Trevor says he's got another one. And if Trevor asks for another one, then by golly, we're going to give him another one. He's about 6'4", standing on the floor. Let's take it together. How tall is it? Making the impossible possible. Gamblers, make some noise for the one, the only, Mr. Trevor Meyer. Find that thing you love and stick with it. Work at your talent. However, talent alone will only bring you so far in life before you reach a ceiling. If you want to break through that glass ceiling and find your ultimate potential, then you need to have an attitude to match that talent. As you can see, Trevor Meyer, incredibly talented, but what you do not know, and I will literally argue this until my last day, that this is legitimately the nicest human being you will ever meet. Come by after the show, tell me you love this trick, make some noise for Trevor. We also have birthday last week, too. It's his birthday. We're celebrating. His cake is currently melting in the tree. Southwind. If you have any energy left, I want them to hear you in action. I want you to scream. I want you to shout. I want you to turn it up because we've got Logan, Colin, and Russell who are going to crank it to 11. Jaguars, let's make some noise for them. This is the section you pay to see. Logan plays. Logan spinning 360. His bike spinning 360. Colin Ackerman, everyone's favorite. Smile on his face. Point up on the young gentleman as well. 364 spin at Colin. Colin's going to fit a lot of tricks into one jump. Russell is going to trick every time he touches a rail. 360 no-hander. You saw him do it on the quarter pipe. Why not do it in a spin? I'm very envious of how Russell does that trick. Whoa, like a rocket on Thanksgiving morning. Logan, walking eyes with me. It was a beautiful moment. The Can Wonderland. As he spins around, pointing those toes down the floor. Colin going extra high with sort of like 360, one-hand extra. That is a three-trick combination in one jump. Russell doing it from macaroni and cheese gloves and Eastern lights. One-hander on the quarter pipe. And two over that box jump.
Woo!
Your rubber slides down. Logan about to take it. Rubber side up. With the back. Logan making it happen. Colin Ackerman, pay close attention to this wave on the wall. Russell Sullivan coming in. What does he have? So good. Jaguars, make some noise for the NOHATETOUR. What? But did they earn it? Okay. Southwind, I hear you. You think you deserved an encore. If you want to see a final run out of all of these riders, one after the other, the same way they started the show, we're going to end it in train formation. All three of these riders with a final jump. When you see them take off, I need you to scream. I need you to shout. I need you to clap. Let's send that energy to Logan. Now, we wouldn't be out here if it weren't for a few folks we dealt with on our way to success. You all deal with them on the daily. They love you, they care about you, they want to see you succeed in life. So a huge round of applause to your teachers, your counselors, the custodians, those in the lunchroom, the bus drivers, the security, the PTA, the Board of Education, any interpreters, the nurse, anyone in the office. I'm probably forgetting someone. Any coaches? If you are being bullied, if you are being pushed around or picked on, seek out an administrator. They're there to help you come up with a plan of action to make it stop. One final time, make some noise for your faculty. Literally willing to risk life and limb for your entertainment pleasure. There's an organization that brought us out here to Southwind High School. They do a lot of selfless service and sacrifice to protect the freedoms and liberties that you and I share in this country. So a huge round of applause to the few, the proud, the United States Marine Corps. Come by after the show and give one of these two gentlemen in uniform, either Sergeant Alarcon or Staff Sergeant Graham, a fist bump and tell them thank you for their service. Thank you for bringing the No Hate Tour out here to the Jag Nation. Make some noise for the Marines. Now, I do believe that I mentioned something earlier that you have been thinking about ever since I mentioned it. Who wants to win $500? I know I would want to. I lost the leg. Well, it is a two-step process to winning this money. I don't know what the rules are, but I saw a lot of cell phones that were most likely smuggled into school. The first step is to open our favorite social media account. We prefer Instagram and type in the words No Hate Tour. We also got a West Coast team that runs the TikTok. Go on there, smash the follow button, and then make some noise. Who found us? Who supports us? Over there? In the blue row? Go on there. Follow along with the team. This is week 10 on the road. We have 3 weeks left of our winter spring tour. Go on their page, check out our videos. Tell me what you thought of the show. Tell me what you thought of my message. Tell me who your favorite rider was and why it was Trevor at No Hate Tour. Did anyone get any photos or videos during the show? I, as well as your principal, would love to see them. These riders also like to critique their work, but they can only do so if they can find those videos. Post those up, hashtag No Hate Tour. What's the hashtag? No Hate Tour, that is correct. Like I said, we had a young lady recently go viral from our show. We've even had videos from our show make it on SportsCenter. So post those up. You never know where that is going to go. That is step numero uno. Step number 2 is we're going to keep those phones out. Open up our camera application and point it at a QR code nearest you. That will bring you to a very simple page to fill out. That way, if you are in fact the winner, I can get a hold of you. If you do not have a phone, if you do not have service, if your camera is broken, there's an ancient writing utensil that we call pencil. Write this down, nohatetour.com/win. You have until 5 p.m. to get signed up to win that money. Now, while you all are doing that, I do have a question for you. Let's say this weekend you get an email from me saying that you won $500. What are you doing with it? $500, you land in your bank account. What are you doing with it? What would you do with it? New clothes and shoes and everything. So $500 runs out. How about over here? $500. It lands in your bank account. What's up? Robux. I don't actually know what that is, but I care about it. How about this young lady? Put in your savings. What are you saving it for? For what? For a car. Shout out to the car. Hey, car will make me do many, or help me get to many things. Bicycle too. That's a possibility. You might start popping weeklies down the street. $500. It lands in your bank account. What are you doing with it? Some gas. What are you guys doing? A horse. A horse is a lot more than $500. Well, maybe now they're actually $700. I don't know, but then you need to feed it. But hey, that is an example of something that if you are passionate about it, that is something that I recommend. If you win that $500, I want you to put it towards your passion. I want you to put it towards your future. If you want to go to college, those books start to add up. If you want to be a mechanic like Russell, you're going to need to buy a lot of tools. If you want to be a professional bike rider, you're buying a lot of bikes and a lot of loads along the way. Put it towards what you want to do with your lives. Let it help you get you to where you want to be. Now, let's see. We've got a couple of minutes. Do not come down here unless I specifically pick you. But do I have anyone over here that thinks they are strong? In the Jordan sweatshirt. I do a sweatshirt. Come on now. I need to know ladies from this side. All right, let's see who I have over here. Who do I have? Right here, on the glass. Yep, come on down. I pointed at you, come on down. All right, let's see. In the green, red, and yellow shirt, come on down. All right, I just picked her. Sorry. Well, hold on a second. If you have not yet noticed, we're going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned pull-up competition. Now, head back. If I didn't take you, head back to your seats. I'll give you another option in a little bit. But, Sergeant Alan Cohen, if I can have a Marine demonstrate a proper pull-up for me. I know that outfit's not very, it's a little bit restrictive. Okay, so we're going to do hands forwards and more backwards. Pull up or chin up. We're going to start all the way down. And then we're going to go all the way up. That is one pull up. All the way up, all the way down. That is two pull ups. Make some noise for Sergeant Alan Cohen. If he can do it in that outfit, then you guys can definitely do it. Man, you beat me to it. That's usually part of my show where I get a giggle out of everyone. What is your name, sir? Logan. Logan knows the way. He said ladies first. I called you last. What is your name, young lady? All right, Kari, how many pull-ups do you think we can do? I'm going to go for 5. All right, Kari, the pull-up bar is yours. Look out, ladies, and make some noise for this young lady. Kari is going for a count. Can we pull? Oh, she's good. It takes courage to get it down here in front of the whole school. Make some noise for Kari. And what is your name, young lady? That is not on your birth certificate. What is your name, young lady? Delia, the pull-up bar is yours. Whenever you're ready, young lady. And we get make some noise for this young lady out here. All right, Rochambeau. So you goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Are we gonna do once? All right, Logan. Oh no. You know how this goes. If you get 5, I want you to do 6. If you get 6, I want you to do 10. Oh, Jim didn't say it. Logan, whenever you're ready, 1. All the way down. Well, he stopped at 7. What is your name, sir? John, the pull-up bar is yours. And the Logan only stopped at 7. So you only have to get 8 to be our champion out here. 1. All the way up, all the way down. Jam on the bar. He's going for it. Make some noise for John, everybody.
Let's get good. Huh? Not much you do it. It is maybe 5 times.
For all of our contestants down here. Trip. You can help them take that back. Now we only have a couple minutes left, and in those couple minutes, 1 of 2 options are available to you because you are not dismissed until I tell you, because I have the microphone and I'm in charge. However, option number 1, you can stay in your seats. Option number 2, these riders will be down here signing autographs, taking photos. The Marines will be expecting that fist bump you promised me. They will also continue the pull-up challenge down here. Thank you guys so much. You've been a fantastic audience. Have a great rest of your day. Now this is a no-wait zone, so if you do come down here on the floor, please do not push, do not run. There is a speed limit.